Hello folks, and welcome to another quick well, not quick, but it's a video on League of Legends. This time I'm doing a game that is not me at all. Though Kobolter, the guy playing Karate Kennen there, is someone I know, so I have a slight amount of investment in this game, but otherwise, just gonna be showing it off. My apologies again that I haven't done anything of my other Let's Plays, like the Sam & Max that I started in the Morrowind. I have not had the time, honestly, because they actually take some editing. Well, this does not. Even Sam & Max takes a little bit more than this. It's gonna be a little bit slow. Sam & Max, I will try to get something out eventually. The Morrowind one, I chose a really bad time to start that. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. When I say anytime soon, I mean a couple months at the least. So yeah, don't be waiting too hard. Anyway, let's look at this game. On the blue team, we have Heimerdinger, Kennen, Lee Sin, Warwick, and Fiddlesticks. The purple team, we have Twisted Fate, Master Yi, Vayne, Blitzcrank, and Amumu. It is spelled Emumu because that is the name of the skin. As you can see, those are listed here. Anyway, let's see what we think this is going to be. Most likely, I know almost for certain, Kobolter is going to be in the bot lane of the blue side. He is going to be taking the place of the AD carry. He has this fixation with attack speed Kennen, which basically means he plays this character who is meant to be used as like a magic caster, and plays them as an auto-attack based duelist, essentially. So lots of shuriken throwing as opposed to the usual occasional shuriken throwing and then unloading all abilities and killing everyone. His support, possibly Heimerdinger, could also be Fiddlesticks. Both of them have their options for supporting. It looks like Warwick is in the jungle because he has that similar spell there, Smite, and Lee Sin is going to be top. People will have teleport, a good sign that they might be top. They could go other places, but that tends to be how it goes. Enemy team, probably going to be Vayne, Blitzcrank bottom, it's Amumu jungle. Master Yi and Twisted Fate could go either way, but it's probably Twisted Fate mid and Master Yi top. So, here we go, just popped into the game, and I have first time controls for moving in spectation mode. Sweet. Alright, well I'm gonna close that. Here we have the directed camera, actually super handy and pretty dang good at looking where it actually needs to. So, I'm going to try to leave this on unless I specifically want to follow someone. It just kind of pans around to where it thinks the most action is. If there's a whole team on one screen, it will try to fit them until it decides to go on this person. As you can see, it just decided to follow Warwick here. And now it's cut back to Master Yi, who it seems forgot to buy something. So, there he goes. We're seeing their first item build down here. If I click this little button here, boom, you can see how much gold they have. Strangely, a few of them... Oh, he has 10 left. Okay. So people here didn't actually spend all their gold. Their Vayne doesn't seem to have connected yet. And we have the junglers taking their positions. Typical strategy is on Summoner's Rift. As you can see, there are 3 lanes. Oh, shoot, I'm scooting the map around. Oh, well, I'll get back to it. There are 3 lanes and a river that runs diagonally between all of them. Between these sections is what's called the jungle. It is an area filled with a bunch of neutral monsters, some of which give buffs. The player who plays the jungler, usually the person who takes Smite, because what that basically does is it's a massive amount of damage that cannot be resisted, but it can only be applied to minions and monsters, so it's good for the person who's running around just doing that for the beginning of the game. Anyway, what they're going to do is they're going to be hanging around in this area, gaining levels and experience by killing the monsters here rather than being in a lane with the minions. And usually they will need some sort of assistance. So what you'll typically see is, unless a team tries an invade, where they run into the enemy team's jungle and attempt to steal their stuff from them and possibly kill some people, they will cluster around whichever buff is going to be taken early on and assist their jungler with it so they can get a quicker start on killing things. It gets people a little bit less experience in their own lanes, but since it's such a common occurrence, it usually does not actually unbalance a lane any. So as you can see, the minions have spawned. They do that so at a minute 55. Everyone assists, and then they can carry on their way. Everyone has proceeded back to mid. Heimerdinger kind of went the long way around there, and now he's circling around his tower there. I don't know what he's doing. He's missing out on a lot of XP there. Experience is gained when things die in a radius around you. If you get the killing blow, it doesn't matter how far away you are, so people like Heimerdinger, if their turret kills something while they're not nearby, they do get the golden experience. However, as far as minions go, you have to be roughly a half off of the screen from them to actually gain the experience. Oh, and there goes Fiddlesticks in an early engage and a good grab by Blitzcrank. Fiddlesticks has gone down. You have to be in a decent range to actually get the experience. Oh, this is not looking good for the blue side. So usually what you will see is people who are new to the game, if they're not doing well in their lane, will hang way back by their tower, which is good advice. It's a good thing to do, except that it means that you're usually out of experience range, and eventually your enemy will outlevel you. Oh, Purple just caught there, and looks like he's gonna get out okay. He did use his Ignite on the Blitzcrank there, kind of wasted some time. Oh no, Purple side's ward. Okay, but he's got out alright. Yeah, he wasted a bit of time and energy with that Ignite on the Blitzcrank. Thankfully, the Lee Sin has gotten out of top as well. That was a very hectic early game. Normally I had more time than this. Okay, Fiddlesticks has returned to the lane, and they're moving on. Yeah, you want to stay up near-ish your minions to get the XP and make sure that your enemy does not completely outclass you very quickly. If they're winning the lane, they'll probably get there sooner rather than later, but it's better to have it happen late than immediately. Okay, seems like people are kind of calming down, playing a little bit more carefully now. Oh, Kavolder's getting a bit close. Oh no, the tumble has come. Okay, Fiddlesticks is there with the, oh no. Now this is gonna go badly. This is very likely a double kill. Yep, there we go. Okay, the Kobolder was smart enough to stay back, and he did not die, in fact. For those who don't know, the turrets have a short range, and they will attack the first thing that comes within range, and stick to that target until it dies. At that point, it dies or, sorry, gets out of range. At that point, it will turn to the nearest minion. If there is no minion, it will go to the nearest champion. How it chooses if there are multiple within range, I am not entirely sure. That algorithm seems to be a bit, random. But a champion can approach an enemy's tower safely if they have minions between them and the tower. Oh, Lee Sin is going in on Yi, and it looks like he is succeeding but not going to get the kill. There's an engage going on in mid now. His Fate has stunned. Oh no! Oh, a nice flash by Hibernator. Oh, and the turret gets it. Well, I was not paying attention. That turret just destroyed him. Okay, I need to pay a bit more attention there. A attempted gank / engage on Heimerdinger turns into an easy kill when Heimerdinger just leaves Twisted Fate to face tank his turret, apparently. Interesting. I was in the middle of talking about turrets. Yes, turrets will ignore champions if they have minions to shoot until the champion strikes another friendly champion within range. So in this case, if there were minions, Warwick would not be targeted until he had done that attack there on Master Yi. Then the turret, if it had been targeting him at all, would have changed targets to him. This is the sort of thing that makes tower diving possible. You can run in safely while the turret won't target you, unload on a champion and kill them, and get out before you take more than a few hits, or on certain champions without taking any hits at all. So, the turrets are designed in such a way that they are a massive defense. You can't just run under them, and you can't fight your opponent underneath them. But at the same time, they are not completely unapproachable. So, with my early game discussion completely interrupted by interesting things going on in several lanes, we will continue watching this. It is obvious that these are not the highest tier of players here. That Amumu, I don't think, has hit a single bandage toss. Blitzcrank has been pretty good with his grabs, a little too gung-ho for my tastes, but he is making do. Somehow Warwick has ended up in the lane, and Lee Sin was in the jungle temporarily. They have swapped places back again, but neither one is actually being able to do anything useful. They are missing all of their skill shots and not doing any damage. It looks like this may be the end for Warwick. Oh, no, Lee Sin got greedy. He got way greedy. And there we go, we see. You can go into the tower, but if you spend too much time there, it will pelt you to death. Fiddlesticks getting lucky there with a minion in front of him, so he doesn't get grabbed by the Blitzcrank under the tower. That is what Blitzcrank does best. Sits under his tower, stands there looking all stupid, and then you get close and suddenly you're under the tower with him and you're getting killed. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that. This bot lane is very strange. But let me see down here. We have CS, moving my mouse again. This little number right here underneath the minion head is how many times the champion has gotten the final hit on a minion. That is the only time you get money for a minion. If anything else happens that causes the minion to die and it was not your damage, you don't get the money. So a very important thing for the bot laners, specifically the one who's being the carry role, the one who's supposed to do damage late game, is to get as many of those last hits as possible. Every time you see the money exploding out of them, that is somebody managed to get one. In this case, Fiddlesticks is the support. His goal will be to not get any last hits, or at least take ones that Cobolter is not going to get at all. So if you see, like, oh, my carry is nowhere nearby, these minions are low, I might as well take some last hits and get some money. Yeah, that kind of thing is acceptable usually. If you don't want to push the lane up too much, then maybe not, but that's an issue for a different time. So anyway, looking down here, Kennan's at 32 compared to Vayne's 23. He is actually beating her quite soundly, despite the fact that Fiddlesticks has taken... Oh my gosh, wow. That Fiddlesticks may have it? No, he does not. He is totally screwed. Oh my god! Crows, 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 crows! Oh my gosh, wow, that was crazy. I'll try not to yell advice to people anymore. I need to just keep up with what's going on. Fiddlesticks has taken quite a bit of CS here, 16, as opposed to Blitzcrank 0. Yet, Cobolter's still ahead. That is a sign that this Vayne is probably not especially good. Also, I was not paying attention because I was looking down there. Mumu sitting in the lane and just completely face-tanking Cobolter to the point of... Well, it wasn't face-tanking. He didn't even take any damage. He just jumped on him and he died instantly. You gotta watch out in your bushes, bro. Let me see down there. We actually... Oh, we have a ward in this bush, but I think... No, the ward was there. This is, He's not a support. He wandered into lane. Cobolter did not see him. Interesting. So we get the first kill for that Amumu. He hasn't died because Amumu is pretty darn hard to kill, but that Amumu has been quite useless otherwise. Take, for example, this, as he's just running into the turret and taking a lot of damage he didn't need to there. Warwick is coming up from the bot lane to assist in whatever the heck is going on here, but it looks like purple team is a bit iffy on where he's going. They're pinging, that's what that little purple question mark there was. They didn't know where he'd gone. And here comes Warwick going in for the ballsy gank. Oh, well, okay, he gets that, but he's not dealing nearly enough damage to actually make that worthwhile. Interesting thing here. Warwick spent some time in the top lane and then just kind of disappeared for a while. He has not been being very handy, but he did get an assist in top lane, so I suppose he is not nearly as useless as the Amumu. Because keep in mind, when a kill is gotten, the more assists you can get on the kill, the better for your team in general. Someone's going to get the money for the kill either way, but if you have people who also helped, they get money as well. So one person killing one person is not as good as one person killing one person and having 3 people help them. Oh, a close miss there, but Cobolter is going in hard, and I don't believe he... Oh, he has that. He managed to dodge the Blitzcrank, and they're just kind of... This is the weirdest, slowest dancing wrench. Oh, Vayne was not paying attention there. There is Fiddle's ult, and they are both going down. Oh my god, that was craziness. Gotta watch out for Fiddlesticks. When he puts his arms up and it makes that sound, you just GTFO as soon as possible, because he is going to appear on your face and start dealing tons and tons of damage. We have a Mumu coming back down to try and clean things up. I don't think he has the damage to kill either one of them, even if he catches them. So the question is... Oh, well, I was wrong there. He has actually quite a bit of damage. So Fiddlesticks is going down. There we go. And Cobolter stood far too long in that crying pool there, which is a DOT. Causes damage for as long as you're standing in it, and costs some Mumu mana for the duration. Thankfully, Cobolter just barely got under his tower in time, and Heimerdinger is continuing to be super accurate with those stun grenades. Switch back up top, we get Lee Sin engaging on Yi and doing absolutely nothing again because he has a heal and is way too fast. So that's just kind of stalemating. Fun stuff. Now, Yi did mistime that. He really should have waited for Lee Sin to start moving before he used his Alpha Strike to try and dodge damage. But now he can just ignore all that damage that was done, and boom, there he goes. Lee Sin is having a tough time of it, but his CS is quite good compared to Yi's, and Yi is an idiot. Coming in way farther than he wants to with that amount of health. In fact, if he sticks around, Lee Sin can very easily peg him with a Q and just appear on his face. We have Warwick coming in. Oh, in the bot lane, getting grabbed by Blitzcrank. Sorry, Fiddlesticks is trying to drain Vayne, but it's failing because she's fast and the Blitzcrank is there. And unfortunately, Cobolter, Kennen was not in lane, so that is a shame. They might have been able to make something of that. Oh, Lee Sin, can you? Will you? Are you ballsy? No, you're not ballsy enough. That's probably for the best. He got a good hit on him there. Oh, and Twisted Fate coming up from the mid because he is losing miserably to Heimerdinger. Might as well not even try. This gank is not going well for them. He has managed to apply a slow to Yi, but Twisted Fate's using his ult, which allows him to teleport anywhere on the map. He is appearing again behind Lee Sin. Possibly, yep, another stun card there. Where's your camera? What are you doing? Okay, here we go. And they are continuing to chase. Both of them are faster than him, yes, and they have more CC. He eventually goes down. Heimerdinger was a bit too slow to react there, and by a bit, I mean way too slow to react there. At the instant Twisted Fate was out of his lane and appeared in top, he really should have been moving forward for the assist. So, he's got to keep his eye open. Warwick was, of course, assisting in mid and attempting to push the tower, but he could have held the lane while Heimerdinger left, or he could have gone to top instead, place of Heimerdinger, and they could have still possibly helped Lee Sin out of his jam. So, a bit of a shame there. Bot lane, what's going on? They are once again pushing the tower. They seem to have a pretty good situation going on there. Oh, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. But it worked out in their favor. But unfortunately, yeah, Fiddles now. Oh, but the Ignite is going to take her down. Oh, well played, Fiddlesticks. I like this Fiddlesticks. He's getting a bit better. He was a little slow early on, but he's working it out. Okay, so Warwick just seems to be laning at this point. He doesn't have a fixed lane. He's wandering from lane to lane when people aren't there and just laning for them. Not really sure what his deal is, but it seems to be working for him. What is his CS? It's quite good, actually. Alright, and we got our first tower down of the game. It is bot lane. The combination of Cobolter... sorry, I should start using the champion name. The combination of Kennen and Fiddlesticks was too strong for Blitzcrank Vayne. I would not count on this being the case in general. I think the combination of the Vayne being kind of bad at going in and the Blitzcrank occasionally missing grabs helped the two of them immensely. We have Lee Sin still using all of his energy and abilities on the minions, taking damage where he doesn't need it. Yi is actually doing almost exactly the same thing, so they're well matched there in top. I am honestly not sure what the hell is going on up there, but it looks like Lee Sin is technically winning in both CS and tower damage. Shit's going down in bot lane. We've got Fiddlesticks once again going for Vayne. We've seen this several times. It really does not work. And unfortunately, Amumu is coming from the bottom along with Blitzcrank. No, get down there. Oh, this is not going to go well. Oh, he is getting so closed in on. He is screwed. Oh, okay, good run. But unfortunately, Twisted Fate is there. He is doomed. And there we go. Vayne manages to knock him into the tiny little bit of wall there that barely even counts as a wall, but it's enough to get him stunned and get him killed. So now these three, having no opposition in lane, are going to try and kill the dragon. This is a beast that spawns every 6 minutes, and if you kill it, it gives you gold for everyone on your team, plus a little bit of bonus gold to whoever actually gets the last hit on it. So, a good decision here because there is really no one who could stop them. Kennen just ran by, and I imagine he saw them, but unfortunately now he's kind of out of position. Oh, he's kind of doomed here. Oh, he got hit by the Blitzcranks. Oh my god, all of that CC, he was just stopped in his tracks and doomed. Bright side, in the meantime, Heimerdinger did manage to take the mid tower, so, you know, objectively we have a lead. Not objectively, but as far as objectives go, we have a lead here. But they are... Oh, just barely ahead in gold, actually. Well, not just barely, they're about 1 point something K. I'm bad at math. 1.4K ahead in gold right now, so very impressive from them. Nicely done, especially considering the enemy team has a Twisted Fate, and he gets bonus gold on his auto attacks, a random number between 1 and 6, though apparently that number is weighted slightly in his favor because, you know, he cheats. So yeah, actually, we are tied on kills, though those kills are in some very questionable places. Vayne is 5 and 3, and that is a dangerous place for our team to have her be, because Vayne... I'm not a big fan of Vayne, for one specific reason. Here's what Vayne does. Gets fed and destroys everyone, does not get fed and is useless. So, she kinda... She has just two modes. There is no, wow, this Vayne is doing pretty well. There is, this Vayne is killing everyone on our team all by herself, and there is, this Vayne walked into a team fight and was instantly destroyed. So, yeah, it's not looking good, the fact that she is actually getting quite a decent amount of kills for our team. On the other hand, several going to our Fiddlesticks, who is the support, in name only, I suppose. He's building AP items, it appears. Some on our AD carry, not actually, oh, yes, actually AD. So, okay, we got our AD carry, who is fighting the other AD carry, but because Kennen is not actually meant to be an AD carry, and he's going in too deep, oh, he got caught. That was not a good idea. Never chase someone into their side of the jungle, especially when you're low and can't actually duel them in the first place. He might have been able to get some progress made if he had his stun, but unfortunately he missed that shuriken, and at that point it was too late. He really should have pulled off. So Vayne is once again proving that she is quite OP. Not literally, it's just a joke. Twisted Fate using his ult from over there to get away from the Fiddlesticks, and in doing so actually allow the top lane to see the gank coming for them, so right on the side there. And look at that, Heimerdinger managed to catch Vayne out. But unfortunately Fiddlesticks is not quite that damaging and manages to die to Twisted Fate in the meantime. With Blitzcrank there body blocking, I don't think we're going to see anything happen to get him finally caught. Amumu is making some plays there, jumping on Lee Sin, and Lee Sin pulls Yi closer to him by jumping as names. Master Yi used his jump on him. That means he was going to, when he appeared out of his Alpha Strike, appear on top of Lee Sin, so Lee Sin jumped farther back away from his ally, taking him with him. Unfortunately, it really wasn't all that far, and it didn't really mean much. Once again, no net gain, no net loss. That's kind of a useless engage all around. We get Warwick wandering around in the jungle here. Heimerdinger just pushing like a boss, because that's all Heimerdinger does. Yeah, I mean, you set those towers, or those minions up near... those turrets up here. Oh my god, the timing on that turret placement. That was really nice from Heimerdinger's part. He is tricky. Managed to block the Blitz Hook with his tower. Turret. I need to stop mixing up words. This is why I'm not usually a shoutcaster. But that was very, very nice timing there. Okay, so we have a little bit of a push going on top. It seems Kennen has moved out of bot lane because he's seen that things are not exactly going well. Oh, Master uses his ult, so he cannot be slowed, but is instantly stunned, and so it doesn't really matter. Mumu then misses his grab, and that goes there. Blitzcrank manages to grab Fiddlesticks, which I thought was going to be useless, but actually that was Vayne there, not one of our teammates, and so he's gonna... yeah, he's dead. Yeah, this is not looking good for either of them. Caught out between 3 people in the enemy jungle with a Blitzcrank nearby. You ain't getting away from that, son. Not in the slightest. Yeah, there we go. Alright, oh, in top lane, Amumu manages to turn things around as well, catching Kobolter out. However, he is going to make a run for the turret? Nope, he's going to run and try to get out, but die miserably. Alright, and Yasuo came in to try and save the Amumu. He's going to try and use his heal. This might actually work for him. Oh, that actually would have worked if Lee Sin had continued trying to engage. He most certainly would have died. Alright, so we have Heimerdinger come back trying to save his tower. He gets the blind on Vayne and manages to stop her from dealing that last auto attack of damage. Oh, but he's going in too far. He gets stunned and caught out. His turrets are there. They are dealing out the deeps, but unfortunately they aren't doing enough. And Vayne's knockback manages to shove a tower away from her as well. That other tower may have been enough to kill her. I'm not entirely sure, but interesting play on her part. Oh, she's getting stopped in her recall by the minions. That was not smart. You never recall your minions. They're going to stop you at that point. Lee Sin is getting his health back in top lane. What is he building anyway? Looks like mostly defenses. Smart play. We don't have much of a tank on this side. Well, okay, we have Warwick, actually. Warwick is building quite tanky, but he's building AD tanky, which helps against Vayne, except that that stack of 3 silver rings she gets deals true damage when she applies the 3rd one. So your armor's really not helping much. True damage, if I have not already explained that, is damage that is not actually blocked by your defense stats. So, she scales very hard with attack speed in that she can apply those stacks very, very quickly and get a massive spike of true damage applied to her target at the end of that. So she doesn't need to build damage so much as she just needs to keep hitting you with damage that you can't stop. Warwick is unfortunately once again not paying attention to where the enemy team is and is caught out in the jungle. Turns on the Vayne, but is no match for the 3 CCs and the Blitzcrank coming in, and Kennen almost makes a poor play there, but he manages to pull out in time. Heimerdinger also being caught out, but he has proven in the past to be slippery enough to possibly make this work for him. Oh, not with the E, there he's not. That was close, and in fact, if Heimerdinger's turret stayed after he died, that Vayne would have died. Oh, and Lee Sin makes the terrible decision to follow up after the Yi he kicks into the enemy team. Makes it out almost, but then is caught by the Blitzcrank. Manages to get the kill Vayne with his AoE, but is being focused like mad. He just needs defenses. No, it's too late. He's down. And Master Yi, thankfully, being the one targeted, is far enough away to get away from the turret before he kills him. Poor Lee Sin. He actually was doing quite well there, all things considered. He made a few poor plays, but he was making it work for him to a degree. Alright, well, we had a tower advantage on the blue team originally. They still have a slight one, but it is wavering. Kennen is coming in to try and stop the recalling people who just took his tower, but of course it's Master Yi, so you are not going to catch that, most likely. And the other 2 were both long gone already. So, I don't know what's going on, considering his jungle. People are kind of trying to shy away from teamfights now, it looks like. Everyone has moved out of the laning phase. It is now the point of the game where everyone starts kind of wandering around wherever they want farm. People try to steal buffs from each other. People consider taking Dragon. Speaking of which, that has been up for a while. They really should have taken that. Oh, and we get Heimerdinger making some mistakes. Oh, wow. That was some nice planning ahead by Heimerdinger. Not nice planning ahead. Bad planning by Heimerdinger, really nice planning by Blitzcrank, and he almost got that grab, but it was a bit too far out. I don't know why you're still chasing, dude. It's still a Blitzcrank. But he is turning around, thankfully, with that turret. People are pinging things that I can't see, and for some reason, people are still not going for Dragon. The enemy team has all been backed up to their own towers. You have an opening. Oh, and he's being caught out by a Mumu. That's not a good decision there, Fiddlesticks. You should not be alone in the enemy jungle, especially when you know they're less than a wall away. Heimerdinger once again going balls in, and it is not going. Oh no, the Lee Sin kicks the Master Yi directly into his allied Heimerdinger. I don't think it would have mattered either way. You can't get off a Master Yi when he wants someone, but unfortunately that was just worse, quicker, if that makes any sense. Kennen unfortunately going far too deep in with his damage. He gets targeted by the tower, and is then focused down. Lee Sin is making his escape, and I believe he will make it. If the camera would pan over to him, there we go. No, actually, he's almost certainly going to be caught. There we go, punched into the air there, caught by a Mumu, and carded. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you don't hang around with both the Blitzcrank and an Amumu there. The Twisted Fate is bad too, because if he gets his yellow card, it's going to hurt you badly. His yellow card is a stun, red is AoE, blue gets him mana back, that sort of thing. It's all bonus damage too, so really not good to be standing near that. Alright, so we have the Blitzcrank starting the Ward War into the enemy jungle, his enemy jungle. For us it's the allies, since I'm kind of rooting for the blue side. Not thinking they have the best of chances at this point, unfortunately. Amumu ignoring the tower entirely, just going in. He's gonna attack the damn thing, because screw that, we don't want that tower there. He does get stunned by Heimerdinger though, and I think this tower may get him down. Oh yeah, no, he's dead. Ouch! Some very unlucky shots with his, they're making some bad plays here. That Amumu actually could very easily have gotten out if he managed to hit a minion, but he missed. I think the minions died as he was aiming for them, so very lucky for the Heimerdinger after that stun that the Amumu was not able to get away, and then the Lee Sin tried to follow up to save him long after the Amumu was already doomed, so quite unfortunate for that team. The blue team is now getting a bit cocky. They are invading the purple side jungle, looking for the people who are running away from this. This is not a good idea. Those escape pings are, in fact, accurate. He should not be anywhere near this. Oh, he is so doomed. Oh, so doomed. No, you should not have been going into that. You don't go into the enemy jungle if they're there. Doesn't matter how low they are, unless they are the only person in there or they are actively dying. Don't go into the enemy jungle. I suppose if you have wards in there, you can consider it, but you know. Lee Sin getting some sight for his allies as to where they are chasing from, so that the Vayne and the Blitzcrank can dodge to the best of their abilities. Blitzcrank's gonna try and go for the the Blitzcrank's going for the execute. If he is executed, he dies and does not get experience for being alive, but the enemy team does not get money. Oh, and the Heimerdinger, not paying any attention, walked right up to the backing Vayne and completely missed it. Oh, that is really sad. But in the meantime, Warwick has decided to call off the chase and went after Dragon instead. This was a very intelligent choice. Good job there, Warwick. So that is a boost in gold. They are back in the game. They were actually behind in money. I did not notice that, but they were behind in money, but they have now caught up. And in fact, blue team has advanced their tower lead. I believe I guess they got the top tower? I'm not sure when that happened. I actually missed that. Interesting. Okay, okay, going all in on Master Yi, but he is, of course, ulting, and you can't stop him when he's doing that. Look at that. Look at them speed lines. Like an anime in this bitch. Anyway, okay, they're moving back out from mid lane. Cobalter, why are you going off alone again, buddy? You're Kennen, you're squishy, you're not AP, you don't do that much damage in the way that you normally do all your damage. And your Lee Sin's getting caught out again. Blitzcrank is coming in fast. Oh, but the minions is there, and he managed to safeguard out of the way. Nicely done, Lee Sin. But unfortunately, Kennen, you are out of position again. Oh, you get so lucky there. Okay, that is not a good idea. They still have Blitz grabs. And Blitz does not give 1-2 shits about your tower. And there he goes. He may have killed the Blitzcrank, but that really was not worth it. This is going to be completely cleaned up by the enemy team popping out of nowhere. The Amumu ult, and oh no! You can't tank that, Master Yi. Oh, no. Okay, well, the Warwick's gonna try and clean up, but unfortunately it looks like the combination of Vayne and Twisted Fate will have the burst to take him down just barely. Oh man, that true damage, if it hadn't been for that Twisted Fate would have been dead. The problem there, Warwick should not have changed targets. He could have killed Twisted Fate and possibly then turned on Vayne for the kill, but unfortunately he tried to get greedy and go for the 80 carry first. Seems like a smart play. She's the one doing the sustained damage, whereas Twisted Fate had already used up his abilities, but Twisted Fate also deals good damage with his auto attacks and is building Lich Bane, so yeah, when he uses an ability, his next auto attack will be that much more powerful. So unfortunately, a bad choice there from Warwick. Alright. Looks like there is a minion wave pushing in the bot lane. Yeah, it probably got one more minion wave that will intercept it before it actually reaches the tower, but that is something that very much needs attention. I hope someone is paying attention to it. No, it doesn't look like anyone is. Okay, so bot lane is going to take a beating from those minions before anyone gets down there. It is stopping just outside turret range, which means the turret may thin the wave a bit, but unfortunately more minions are coming up to clean it up. So, yeah, okay, someone is finally pinged down there. They are moving in that direction. That is a good call. I guess, okay, they're pinging to defend mid because obviously the team is going to keep on pushing in mid because that's what they kept doing and it's been working out for them. So the purple side is expected to be coming mid at any point. I do notice, looking at the map, the purple team has several wards in very important locations. Important bushes that are very often invaded through the Baron Pit. The middle of the mid lane, actually not a bad place to put one at this point in the game because sometimes you just don't have minions there. It's nice to be able to see people passing through. We've got Lee Sin teleporting back in on the Heimerdinger tower, and he manages to land without any incident, but unfortunately, nothing much is happening now. Someone, Twisted Fate, it looks like, has taken a bunch of damage from the Heimerdinger tower, and the Warwick sees him. That's what those little eyeballs are there. But that's really not going to mean much for the allied team here because they can't engage through all of that tank. This is a very strange kind of standoff here. I'm not sure why nobody's really going in there. At this point, okay, there we go. That's all it takes. One big blitzcrank grab, and the Amumu ult, and... oh, wow. Okay, no death messages. Oh, the first death message is a purple team player. That was very strange. But, yeah, that actually went fairly well for the blue team. They were at a serious disadvantage being caught out. The Amumu was a bit too slow on his ult there, I think. But it was an even trade as far as champ numbers go. It looks like, health-wise, actually blue team came out of that one a bit better off. And with the turret, oh, that Amumu is doomed. Oh, Amumu, no, you don't go near those towers when you're that low. Alright, well, the Heimerdinger is once again showing that he is quite good at what he does, even if he's not always good at where he's standing. Ah, we've got our nice little dragon timer up in the top left. It is 1 minute 50 seconds before the dragon comes back up. What's the gold lead? Oh, blue team is still in the deficit. I'm really not sure how that's the case. I guess purple team is just clearing up the farm late game as opposed to their early game where they actually were not especially good at it. Let me look here. No, actually they're not doing that too well either. They must have simply gotten a few money items. I'm not seeing where that might have been. It's very strange. I'm not sure where all that money is coming from, but they are doing quite well. So, when the dragon comes back up in 1 minute and 20 seconds, they really should, the blue team should really consider doing that again, try to stay even with the enemy team as much as possible. Oh, that money's coming from the kill lead, obviously. Not sure why that took me so long to figure out. They are 21-28, so those 7 kills probably do make up for that 0.9k that they are currently leading, and now 1 even. Alright. The purple team is stretched a bit thin there, but unfortunately with the disconnected fiddlesticks, I had forgotten about the disconnected fiddlesticks. This is not going to go well for the blue team in the long run. In fact, this is probably already game, but we'll continue to see what's going on here. They are fighting quite valiantly. The Vayne goes down to Cobolter, but unfortunately he is caught out by the Amumu, and Twisted Fate cleans the hell up. Ouch. And in the meantime, Heimerdinger is chased down by the combination of Blitz and Master E. Really not much doing to get away from that. Lee Sin's hanging back by the tower, not much he can really do here, but unfortunately, not much he can really do here, so this is likely going to do very little for them. They're just gonna go balls in on this tower, and that's that. Now, if they are smart, they will push a bit farther, wait for the minions to show up, and keep pushing the mid lane while they still got time. In fact, they've got 14 seconds before anyone new shows up. Oh, they are in fact going for dragons. Somebody is keeping an eye on the jungle timers. Good for them. In-game, you do not have that little dragon timer in the top, so somebody is paying attention to when it died. And they are on that shit. Wow. I don't know who was pinging that. I actually can't figure that out, but I find that quite impressive that he was so on top of it. He knew within about 20 seconds that that dragon was coming up soon. Alright. So while they take that, the allied team, the blue team here, probably does suspect something. In fact, Lee Sin is coming over, but I don't think, no, not with Smite, he did not make it in time. He was pretty darn close, though, actually. However, with Smite, it does, when you're at level 18, they are not yet, but at level 18 it does 1,000 true damage to those sorts of monsters. At this point, I believe it's somewhere in the realm of 860 to 940. I'm not entirely sure the scaling there, I may have the number slightly off, but yeah, so there was very little chance of Lee Sin doing more than that amount of damage to the dragon in time to interrupt the Smite, even if he had gotten there in time. Amumu coming in from the side, unfortunately caught out of it, takes a bit of free damage, but then Twisted Fate gets them back with a bit of poke there with his cards. Just a few hits on this tower, and it does go down. This honestly still could go either way. I am very impressed that despite lacking a Fiddlesticks in a marginally early fed Fiddlesticks at that, they are still doing as well as they are. Oh, but unfortunately, Kennen is cut out. I was watching the Master Yi there, seeing if those stacks were going to pile up, but he managed to avoid that third stack and keep moving. Now, Warwick and Lee Sin are coming in from the side, but unfortunately that is warded and the enemy team saw them. Oh no! No, Warwick. And Lee Sin managed to jump into the middle of the team and kill the enemy Master Twisted Fate, but it is not going to be enough as he then goes back to try and kill Blitzcrank and is instantly destroyed by Vayne. Now, Vayne is doing the silly thing here, attacking minions rather than the tower itself. I'm not sure why she's doing that, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. No one's coming up for another 7 seconds. They have enough time to take this other tower if they are paying attention. They could possibly also take the inhibitor. I'm really not sure if Kennen could stop them. Oh, Kennen and Heimerdinger could stop them themselves. Blitzcrank is going balls in, but they are pinging for him to get away. The enemy team doesn't know what is up. Meanwhile, Numu is getting the blue side red buff. Alright, so that tower deficit is immediately turned around by the purple team, and in fact they have a more important tower. They have the one that's blocking the inhibitor. When that goes down, super minions start spawning, and that is not good for the blue team. Now, looks like these people are grouping up for Baron. The Baron is, I believe is a 15-minute timered giant beast that, if you can actually manage to kill it, usually takes your entire team, or at least a large chunk of it, grants you a massive buff to just about every stat imaginable other than defense. When you have this thing, you are an absolute beast, and you cannot be stopped unless you're stupid, so, there we go. Let's see, where is the timer on that? Looks like it gives me a warning, not an actual full timer. Shame about that. Oh my gosh, that catch was really good, actually. Blitzcrank was there with the hook, and then he decided he didn't need to, and he was quite right on that count. Oh, and that Warwick is going down. With the Baron buff, they are having so many free stats that this is just silliness. Now, it is probably in their best interest with two people down, one being a tank and another being a good damage dealer. They probably should go for that inhibitor, and they are. They are completely ignoring Lee Sin. He is inconsequential at this point. And that's the surrender. Alright, well, that was a bit of a sad game to choose for my first non-me cast. And a live cast at that. I've never seen this game before but in my life, so that is a damn shame. But they disconnected Fiddlesticks. There was really not much he could do. And unfortunately, I think that Fiddlesticks probably rage quit because he disconnected, reconnected, died horribly in like 3 bad position incidents, and then disconnected again. I'm pretty sure that guy rage quit. So watch out for let's see what his name is. Lucky and Nickel? Let's see if I can see it. Nope, that just puts that down. Yeah. So watch out for Lucky and Nickel. Or Lucky Nick 1, maybe? That might be a 1. Anyway, good game. I hope you folks enjoyed. That was very exciting. And I'm surprised I actually managed to keep up with as much action as I did, despite the fact that I mixed up names and ability names a few times. But yeah, I will possibly do more of these as I find small 40-minute chunks in which to do them. In fact, in this case, it was just a 30-minute chunk. But, yeah, that was fun. I will see you folks next time. GG.